What? Haha.
He no interesting. He behind camera.
You know, New Year, drink, too much.
Body to body.
Body to body.
A lot
of contact.
body to body, Mantas.
Contact,
yes?
open.
Yes. Do you have body contact? Yes. During Christmas.
This is actually a impression of one of the LKL coaches that we have, and his English.
Do you think we are uploading that?
Hopefully, let's start 2025 from that one.
Okay.
From that big time coach, because actually one of the first questions that we have in a Q&A session is actually related to this legendary coach, right? Augustas Šiliauskas, Donatas Urbonas, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. From 2025, like 10 years ago, in 2015, we got a Euro in Lithuania. From 2025, we actually got water as well.
Unfortunately, we didn't have any water when LaMelo Ball was there in Lithuania during his time. But we're improving as a third world country. We're improving.
As it's enough for me just to have water and
what water? This is fake water. You bought it from import shop.
No, great water, guys.
Okay, guys.
But it's incredible, actually, that he said that. Really, I don't know what was your reaction to that, but LaMelo Ball was living in a resort, in like spa type of hotel with everybody given to him. I know it's a difficult transition from LA to a small village called Prienai in Lithuania as a 16-year-old who probably never spent a second outside of his LA mansion. But come on now. Like, you were living in a hotel with your brothers, with your family, and I was like, come on now. Just having water is enough for you? Like, we are some type of, I don't know, country that does not have water?
For those who don't know, there's some background. A few days ago, he gave an interview. In an interview with Slam, he said that, honestly, after Lithuania, I didn't give a fuck where I got drafted to. It was bad, bro. Once you get through that, it was like, I don't care where y'all put me in. As long as I'm in the States and I got water, I'm good.
I'm good as long as I'm not in the same city as LaMelo Ball, because I've seen plenty of videos where he is just leaving the arena with his car, speeding immediately outside and just crossing the streets on red lights. So,
wow. Like in Charlotte or?
Yeah, just leaving the arena after the game. And there's plenty of videos of him just doing that type of stuff. So,
the worst part to me, that this is coming from a guy who's already 23. I don't care that he was acting like an asshole when he was 16 in Lithuania. I mean, he's a kid. He was a spoiled kid coming from California to Prienai. It's a huge shock for everyone. So I kind of get it, I'm understandable. I understand the 16-year-old's life in Prienai coming off California. But 7 years later, you got mature, you get experience, you look at things from a different perspective, I guess. And I'm not saying that he should say, oh, Lithuania was amazing, Prienai is a place to live, the most wonderful spots in the entire world. But like, to still come out with these reactions, with the feedback that he has, it's not the first time he's saying trash about Lithuania. At first it was about beds, now it's about water. Third time it was just in general experience. I mean, it's so stupid, and I would call him ungrateful asshole, ungrateful bastard for what he's saying, after this experience. Because as he says right now, that experience kind of helped him to change the mentality a little bit. From what I heard, his next chapter in Australia was probably the biggest one, where the NBA scouts noticed the biggest mental change in his personality. But I think that this chapter helped him, as he said as well. So you should be a little bit more grateful to that chapter, and at least do not lie. As a 16-year-old kid, you can lie. That's what those kids do. But you're 23, you're more matured, and you had water. your main sponsor was the big water company in Lithuania. You complain about beds. You had room with king-size beds. So, I mean, everything is on video from your reality show that you had. So, come on now.
Enough about him.
Yeah.
I think we spent a little bit too much time on that.
But that was the question coming from Stavros, BN Plus member. So once again, this is a Q&A session. The entire episode is available only for BN Plus members. So make sure to subscribe to BN Plus on basketnews.com/plus. Another question that I got from Stavros was, are there any news about the tickets and the Final Four? So there's nothing official yet because even the Final Four in Abu Dhabi hasn't been announced officially. So we cannot even start talking about tickets. But I would suggest saving some money for the end of January and the start of February. I think that's the time when you can expect tickets to go on sale. I really want to see the prices of those tickets. As usual, the ticketing will be like divided to the visiting fans as well for each Final Four team, also for the general ticket sailing, and they're gonna have like different chapters of those tickets. But yeah, end of January, start of February.
Okay.
And the last question from Stavros was if there is a possibility to have as guests native players from each team, for example, Mitoglu from PAO, Kalinic from Crvena Zvezda. So just to be short, this is basically the main reason why we don't have players on the URBONUS podcast this year. One of the reasons is that remote podcasts suck because the dynamics, the organizing part, everything is so difficult, and I really enjoy those face-to-face conversations with you guys. And
it's much more like interview, I would say. If you get those players on Zoom, it becomes a little bit more like interview because you cannot react as quickly, and then it loses that momentum of adding something, replying to the comments that the player makes. And you don't want to make a podcast an interview with a player. It's not like when Andrew Andrews was here.
Yeah.
You don't want just two of us asking questions. You want us also chip in the conversation. And I don't think on Zoom it's very convenient. But go on.
And the next thing is just organizing those players through teams. This whole process is a big suffer. I would say most of the teams, they are not giving their players. They make up a lot of hundreds, millions of reasons why it's impossible. And if you don't have a direct contact, and I would say if you don't care about your relationship with those teams and media officers, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Because even if I get the player on the podcast by my own, this team might cancel any media availability afterwards if they say that, I didn't
reach out.
I didn't reach out and they didn't approve it. So I could get those guys, but later on, my colleagues would suffer from that. We couldn't do even any post-game interviews. So, I mean...
What is the cost?
Exactly. And at the same time, I would say... Of course, there are some exceptional players, exceptional cases, but in a lot of cases, the viewership numbers, the views on YouTube were lower than just having us guys, talking about the things. So when you put all those things in perspective, for this season, I kind of made a decision that it's just not worth it. So let's just enjoy having basketball chats between us. Anybody who's around us, from Vilnius teams maybe, with Kaunas guys is more difficult, but I just prefer it this way.
Yeah.
When going through this process. Yorgos Kurtis, something outside of basketball. What are your New Year's resolutions? Do you have any?
Do you believe in New Year's resolutions?
It's not like I put much hope on those New Year resolutions, but I like to wrap up my previous year and let's say try to put some emphasis on the next year.
Yeah, emphasis points like the reps do before the season.
Yeah,
but to me, it's I'm still living in that school year because of the basketball season. I would say like I like to see what year it was when the basketball season finishes, because right now, I had a couple of days off, but it's not like anything is changing. But no, it's just my emphasis points were just talking about health. It's more about like looking after my sleep quality, more exercising. Like I'm trying to go from like 3 times a week to 5 times a week, and just staying more healthy in general. Because if I manage to stay healthy, I feel better. Then I can do more. Then I can enjoy myself more, and then just enjoy the time we spend here.
The same emphasis that I have. But it's the thing for guys over 30s, I guess, right?
I'm not over 30. Come on, bro.
You're approaching the club.
That.
You're approaching the club. So I have to take care about my longevity. So I'm turning 33 this year in this summer. So man,
Oof, 33.
What else left to me? So I bought this Whoop thing. Yeah,
hey,
I have to.
I have this.
Yes,
it's,
exactly.
it's the same thing, basically.
Yeah. So sleep, recovery, working out.
Boring.
I bought a reader to read more books. Reading and
buying books.
Working out is something that I kind of lost the track of while parenting, let's say. So I'm trying to get back on track right now.
Now that the kid is bigger, you can
boring
actually...
stuff. Exactly. Although for this summer, I wanted to visit more concerts and big concerts. So I bought tickets to Wembley, to Coldplay in August.
Nice.
I have Justin Timberlake in Kaunas in June, I think. So I'm still checking for some good stuff in July.
That's a good one. I need to do some of that, more concerts. But just traveling. I did travel pretty much last year already, but just more of that, because then the year takes longer. Actually, the more you travel, the longer the year looks like for you. So that's also one of emphasis points.
I cut all the summer trips basically. I don't take vacation trips in summer anymore. Like not taking 2-week vacation, because I think it's a really good. To spend, it's really great to spend summer in Lithuania.
Yep,
because
exactly.
Elsewhere, just too
climate
hot.
Change.
Exactly. So, like Lithuania is a perfect destination. At the same time, I can't really take vacation during the off season because of the free agency, unless it's August. Last year it was a perfect time because after the Olympics, everything was like completely down. No basketball for a month. This year it's different.
You'll be having EuroBasket.
We're gonna have the EuroBasket quite early. So
early. End of August.
End of August. So
27th.
I don't know.
Right?
So maybe
29?
I will take 1 week off at the start of August.
All right.
To spend it somewhere in Lithuania. But yeah, do you have your vacation destination in February?
Not yet.
For the FIBA window?
Not yet, but I'm planning it. Like I was doing that yesterday, actually. Yeah. Still considering our options.
The best decision in my life, like to have a 2-week vacation during the season in February.
Yeah.
Man, last year I was in Tenerife. It was perfect to run away from this freaking gray, cloudy Lithuanian weather.
I was so depressed this morning. Not gonna lie. I don't know if that's post New Year's thing or something like that, but we need to see some sun. That's for sure.
That's why I'm going to Malaga in February. It's not Tenerife.
Nice spot.
The temperature is a little bit lower, but still at least sun. I don't need much sun, and plus 15 and 16. I'm good. By the way, speaking of New Year's resolutions, I have a feeling what's the New Year's resolution for Panathinaikos people?
What is that?
Keeping core players. Matthias Lazor.
Matthias Lazor signed a
3-year extension.
And then kudos to Panathinaikos, because you are showing an injured player with a serious injury that he's so important to the team. I thought that was an amazing move.
Yeah.
To give him the contract extension right now when he's recovering from the injury. He needs, like Matthias Lazor, I know he's a high-spirited dude. Like he's going to get through that recovery, but just giving him one more thing to be happy about and to show him that he's cared here, that he's part of the long-term project. I enjoy the move and I love the timing. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too. I think that's a great thing that club can do. And at the same time, I think that this injury, first of all, we're talking about an injury that didn't sideline him for like 1 year. It's not like Keenan Evans' case,
Right.
where you're not even sure about the recovery process if you're coming back at your level. Thank God Lazor is out only, I would say it's only 4 months. When we watched the scenes, I mean, it looked really bad. So 4 months is not that bad. And hopefully he's going to be able to return to his usual level. But yeah, I think that this injury kind of put priorities to Matthias himself, because from what I heard, when Matthias was still on an expiring contract, I heard that he was exploring like 2 options, either to sign a really great deal in Europe, because I believe every EuroLeague club should be after him, and we're talking about millions of euros per year.
Yep.
And his other option was like NBA, testing the NBA markets. And from what I heard, I mean, he was like, okay, I would really like to see my markets in the NBA, to see my chances. And I think that his draft rights belong to the New York Knicks. But when he signed this extension, at least from what SDNA reported, there are no NBA outs and this 3-year deal. So it basically means that he shut down this NBA possibility. And I think that this injury kind of, settled him down. He noticed the gratitude coming from the club. He understood that, man, I'm having everything that I need here in Europe. Fans love me, club loves me, I love the club, I love Athens, I'm in a perfect spot. Why should I chase those 1 year, partially guaranteed situations in the NBA? So I think that he kind of found his peace and his future and his decision.
Yeah, he's now 29, so in 2028 he's going to be 33.
Yeah.
So it's kind of now or never, I would say, in the NBA. And apparently he has made his decision. And I mean, Panathinaikos, with this roster, with the money that they're spending right now, they're going to be at the top they're going to be at the top every year. It's not hard to say that. And you know, so he is going to be part of a winning project for years to come. And he got his bag, he got his future secured. He is living in a great city. Well, what else do you need? So
exactly. And from what I heard, the next guy who can actually sign an extension, this was only a short part of the entire almost 2-hour episode. If you want to watch the entire episode, which includes transfer rumors such as Theo Maledon, Panathinaikos, and some other stuff, top expiring contracts in the EuroLeague, NBA ideas coming to Europe, and a lot of other intriguing topics, make sure to subscribe to BN Plus on basketnews.com/plus.